Good day, everybody. My name is Dwight Allen, and I am going to be your podcast host for the next hour here. I have a whole lineup of songs that I'm going to be talking about, so stay tuned. First song coming up here is Cease the Day. Well, it's a song that I wrote, and it inspired me to start my day off early and stay focused as what do I want to do. Here's the song, Cease the Day.
Yeah, seize the day. I've run the rails from Winnipeg to the Hudson Bay, chasing ghosts through snow and breaking day. But up in Churchill, where the silence speaks, I found a truth I'd been chasing for weeks. Where the polar winds roll in off the tide and the stars feel close on the Hudson's Bay side. The world don't rush, and maybe that's good. We seize the day for the greater good as we should. So seize the day, let it be. Put down the weight and finally see there's more to living than the climb uphill. Sometimes you stop just to feel, and that's how you learn to fulfill. I saw young haze, yeah, I saw young haze on the icy shore, skipping stones, not asking for more. No clock in his hand, just snow in his hair, seizing this day without a care, and in his joy I understood this is for the greater good as we should. Seize the day, let it breathe. Let your heart take what it needs. You ain't losing just by standing still. Sometimes you stop just to feel, and that's how you learn to fulfill. Fulfill ain't a ladder or a wage. It's a fire burning past a younger age. It's the warmth you leave in a neighbor's hand. It's Hayes laughing as he draws in the sand. So seize the day, don't be afraid to walk the road where the quiet's made. The cloud can't wait, the north is still. Stop and breathe, take your fill. That's how we live and love and fulfill. Yeah, seize the day in Churchill for the greater good, and a heart that's still. Yeah, seize the day. Oh, I saw your haze on the icy shore, skipping stones. Yeah, seize the day, seize the day.
Beautiful song called Cease the Day. Yeah, in the lyrics here, you probably heard Little Haze. Well, that's my grandson as well. I love the part where it says, Silence speaks to me. And, well, upcoming next, I have another song called We Know Which Way to Go. This song's about navigating in the wintertime by snowmobile and reading the snowdrifts. In the north, the snowdrifts tell you which way to go simply by the wide part of the flare of the snowdrift is northwest, and the point of the snowdrift is southeast. And the other thing that we use too as well is the North Star of the Big Dipper, and this basically guides our way through thick and thin, storm or not. So here's a song called "We Know Which Way to Go."
The snow falls down, no signs, no lights, but the stars still burn on the coldest nights. You don't need maps, we don't need roads, just the drift lines where the old wind blows. A willow bends, a rock half shown, tells us everything we've ever known. You feel lost in the white and blue, but out here the drift speaks true. It is unforgettable. We know one way to go, even when the sky don't show. The snow, the stars, the scourge's toll. We ride like the fire never goes cold. From the wind-carved land and the frozen foe, we know what way to go. Oh. Big Dipper swings in the northern sky. We point one star up and we ride. The wind may howl, but it won't deceive. When the snow drifts talk, we believe. These months are off, then we break the chains. Wide open runs through the icebound plains. No hunters buzzing, no towers high, just a gut-born feel and a starry sky. No compass buzzing, no towers high, just a good-born feel and a starry sky. We know what way to go, so even when the sky don't show, snow, the stars, the story's told. We ride like the fire never goes cold. From the wind-hard land and the frozen flow, I know what way to go. Oh. One drift wide, one drift thin, marks the way the wind blew in. One star high, one star still, takes us home across the hill. One drift wide, one drift thin, marks the way the wind blew in. One star high, one star still, takes us home across the hill. We know one way to go, even when the sky don't show. The snow, the stars, the story's told.
Oh, the song called "We Know Which Way to Go." Just to let you know that the song inspired me of one of a true happening. I was lost out in the barrens, and it was a blizzard outside there, and I really didn't know which way to go. But I sat on a snowdrift, and I looked, and I realized that, oh, you know what? The snowdrift is a wide flare to it, and there's goes to a point, and if that's true, that's northwest is the wide part, and the point is southeast. And if I cross the snowdrifts, I would basically find my way back to the cabin. So, anyways, it was true, and I discovered this, and I shared this information with my Inuit friend, and I was all excited about what I learned today. And he says, it was over 6,000 years that we've been using that method. So, wow, thanks for telling me. Anyways, the upcoming song is There's a Bad Moon Out on the Tundra. This song again is about navigating and what I learned about the snowdrift. And so I'm highlighting how I navigate. So here's a song called Bad Moon Out on the Tundra.
There's a bad moon rising. There's a bad moon rising out on the tundra. And I got hand packed tight on my sled. The wind cuts sharp like a rusty knife. But I'm gonna make it home or wind up dead. But storm is howling past Cape Churchill, but I ain't one to turn around and hide. I grip them bars lean into the night. Yeah, I'm gonna make it home tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna make it home tonight. The wind did blow, I outcame. No compass, no trail, just a drifted flame. But I know how the snow lies, I know when it's right, and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna make it home. My park is stiff and the goggles are frozen, but I keep my throttle steady and low. The land talks quiet when the stars go blind, and the snowdrifts tell me where to go. Yeah, the snowdrifts tell me where to go. Some folks say you can lose your way, but I've lived through storms that could swallow day. I trust the cold, I trust my mind, and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna make it home. The wind did blow, the wire out came. No compass, no lights, just a northern flame. But I read those just like a hunter reads signs, and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna make it home. I see the glow from the town ahead, like a whisper calling me back from the dead. The snow can roar, the cold can bite, but love and fire still burn bright. Yeah, the snowdrifts tell me where to go. Yeah, I'm gonna make it home tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna make it home. Those wind did blow and my trail got lost, but I paid that toll and I knew the cost. Still I leaned on hope and I held on tight, and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna make it home. Yeah, there's a bad moon rising. I'm gonna make it home tonight.
For the people who are just joining us today, my name is Dwight Allen, and I am doing a podcast, and I will be a podcast host. I'm doing a whole series of songs that I wrote, and telling you a little background as to what inspired me to write these songs. Upcoming next is a song called Roll a Smoke. And yeah, there was a guy, I was in RV at by snowmobile, and I was snowmobiling back to Churchill, and one of these characters, Paul McKiniak is his name. He wanted to ride to Churchill. I said, "Sure, you could jump on my sleigh, my cometic, which is I pulled behind me." And yeah, he was in the box of the sleigh, and I'm going 40 kilometers an hour, and I look back, and here's Paul. He's rolling a smoke, traveling at 40 kilometers an hour, bouncing all over the place. How could somebody do that? I guess it takes practice. But here's a song called Roll a Smoke.
Where the northern lights dance through the endless night. Snowflakes fall in the pale moonlight, and silence sings in the stars so bright. 7 months the sun stays low, but we find warmth in the ice and snow. When daylight breaks, it feels so right. Golden rays cut through the night. We ride like fire through fields of white. On snowmobiles, our hearts take flight. My Churchill friends ride by my side. Through frozen trails, we laugh and glide. My Nunavut friend Paul rolls the smoke on a sleigh full speed. 40 miles an hour, no need to heed. My Nunavut brothers brave and true, their spirit strong in all they do. 7 months, the dark is deep, but northern hearts don't fall asleep. When daylight breaks, it feels so light. Golden rays cut through the night. We ride like fire through fields of white. On snowmobiles, our hearts take flight. Through drift and storm, through frost and gale, with Churchill pride and Nunavut tales, we carve our names on a snowbound trail. With plenty of front, we never fail. We never fail. We never fail. When daylight breaks, it feels so right. Golden sun returns to sight. We ride like fire through fields of white. On snowmobiles we chase the light. And when the stars reclaim the sky, I ride with friends side by side. Paul rolls a smoke on a sleigh full speed. I laugh, only 100 more miles to go, just past Nunera. Thank you, Corporal, for building that. Calling out to meet Caribou by the thousands all around. We'll be in that Churchill town before dark.
Song called Roll a Smoke. Paul McKiniak certainly made me laugh there when I look back and I seen him rolling a smoke, going full blast with my snowmobile, crossing the tundra, trying to make it back home. Anyways, the upcoming song is called Polar Bears of Churchill, and it's a bears, I guess, coming through the town and the community, and how they come at nighttime and sneaking around. And anyways, the song is called Polar Bears of Churchill.
In the fall, when the cold winds blow and the ice starts kissing the shore below, 300 ghosts in coats of white drift from the tundra into the night. They know this land like the back of a paw, born to the rhythm of the Arctic law. Where Hudson Bay meets Churchill Town, that's where the bears come down. They come for the smell that drifts on the breeze, through alleys and bins and the midnight freeze. They prowl in silence, shadow and snow, driven by hunger and nowhere to go. Some play with the dogs, some stare through your screen, some sleep on the shore in a frozen dream. But oh, it's wild and it's cruel and it's real. When the bears come down, that's the deal. I was born where the white winds howl, a Churchill kid with a musket soul. I've seen cubs tossed in a mother's care, and young rogues circle with a hard-cold stare. A sub-adult starving, skin and bone, will take down a cub if he's out there alone. Sad but true, no fairy tale, it's survival on a wind-blown scale. They come for the sin of bacon and stew, garbage cans and a barbecue. Through backyards past the old dog run, under the flicker of a northern sun. They lay on the coast with the bay still bare, dreaming of seals that ain't yet there. But oh, it's tough, it's raw, and it's steel. When the bears come down, that's the deal. And I've watched them from my window pane, in the heart of a Churchill sleet storm rain. A dance of beauty, a beast, a ghost. They're part of this town I love the most. So here's to the bear, the ice, the cold, to the stories my northern blood still holds. From the Rocket Range to the VI Rail, we've got our legends and teeth and tails. And I'll still walk with my head on a swivel, 'cause every white shadow comes with a riddle. In Churchill we live with the wild and the real. When the bears come down, that's the deal. They come for the smell that drifts on the breeze, through alleys and bins and the midnight fires. They prowl in silence, shadow and snow, driven by hunger, nowhere to go. But I still love this old bay town, even when the bears come down.
A song called Polar Bears of Churchill. When you're living in Churchill, you have witnessed the migrations. I witnessed probably close to 60 years of migrations and polar bears coming through the community. Yeah, it's one of these things, and you have the restaurants and all these sweet smells that we're upwind from them, so it just blows down towards them, and it intrigues them to come our way. But there's some smart bears. They come during the day, and some of them come at night, and that's why we have a program called 675 Bear. That's all we have to do is get on the phone and tell them that there's a bear in our area, and Manitoba Conservation would come. It's most likely it's going to be Donald Spence or Jackie Bastone, but Jackie has since retired, so I don't know who the replacement is, but definitely Donald Spence is still around. Here's an upcoming song called The Wind That Blows. This song's about the Inuit people in the north here that took advantage of the snow and the different types of snow that they have. They have many words for snow, actually. So the Inuit had built igloos that sustained them for 6,000 years. But here's a song about the Inuit and their snow.
Snow falls quiet, soft and slow, covering all the earth below. Snow is more than just white and cold. It has stories, ancient and bold. The Inuit know snow so well. They've watched its dance, they've heard its spell. For 6,000 years they've lived this way, with snow as their guide. day after day. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Snow that sparkles, snow that blows, snow that crunches beneath your toes. Snow that's light and snow that stays, snow that hides the light for days. Ooh, ooh. The Inuit know snow so well. They've seen it drift and crack and swell. They read the winds, they feel the skies. They know when storms begin to rise. They built with snow, they traveled far by sled and foot beneath the stars. They listen close to what snow said, a whisper back where others read. So when you see snow start to fall, it's not the same to one and all. To the Inuit, it's nature's song, a truth they've known so very long. Ooh, ooh. The Inuit know snow so well. In every drift they see and tell, 1,000 ways that all can show the beauty of the northern snow. So wrap up warm, and now you know there's more than one kind of snow. They built igloos that was their homes. For 6,000 years they've lived this way. Ooh, hey, hey. Ooh, ooh.
6,000 years they survived up in the Canadian Arctic. That's amazing. They mastered the snow. They have so many different words for snow as well. Yeah, the upcoming song here is The Igloo. And it's sort of a story about what I heard from up north there. A lady that was 5 years old and she was left behind in an igloo because the father never came back with the dog team. Dog team shows up in RV it and no person operating it. They knew who the dogs belonged to, so they had a rough idea annually where they go every year to anticipate the caribou herd. But anyways, here's a song that's coming up, The Igloo.
In the winter of 43, when the wind cut like a knife, a young man and his woman lived a trapping kind of life. Out on the tundra wide and white, near old RV town, they built an igloo far from roads when the snow came falling down. Their daughter just a tiny thing, only 5 years old, wrapped in caribou and love to keep out bitter cold. Mama said a snow black titan said, "You wait right here, I'll be back before you miss me, my girl, don't have no fear." But the dogs came running, no sled behind, tails down low with fear in mind. The town folks saw and dropped their tools. They knew the path, they knew the rules. To the igloo where she waited, frozen still and small and brave, while the snow kept falling silent on the mother's snowy grave. They found her with her cheeks so red and silent she had kept a little lamp burned low beside the place where she had slept. 4 long days she waited there like Mama said to do. But the wind don't spare the kindest hearts, and that day it never knew. They walked her back on that trail where ravens circled low, and halfway home she saw them all buried in the snow. Frozen arms still reaching out as if to say goodbye, and not a single sign of that beneath that endless sky. Yes, the dogs came running with the story to be told, but love and loss still waiting in a world so wide and cold. The town folks wept, the priest he prayed, he sang beneath the sky so gray, for the igloo where she waited for the love that couldn't stay. And a 5-year-old girl standing where her childhood blew away. Now the old folk in RBI still speak her name real low, of the child who kept the faith when the storm began to blow. And they tell the tale each winter when the sky turns to the blue, of the igloo and the angel who waited brave and true.
That was a song called The Igloo, and it's based off a true story. A 5-year-old that was left behind by her mother. The mother put a snow block in front of the igloo and told her daughter to stay there, and she did. A search and rescue team came and rescued her, but on her way back by dog team, she seen her mother frozen out in the tundra. Really a sad story here. Anyhow, I have another song called The Black Wing Cuts the Frozen Air.
Black wing cuts the frozen air, eyes like fire, cold as breath. He don't speak, but still you know, when he calls, it's time to go. The raven calls. Hear the raven cry, cutting through the sky. Truth in every sound, he'll bring the shadow down. Raven cry, raven cry. Never ask him why, the raven calls. Feathers fall and silence breaks. He knows the path that no one takes. Cry, no place left to hide. He don't forget your name, he don't forgive the lie. Raven cry, yeah, raven cry. The raven calls. The raven calls. The raven. Blackwing cuts the frozen air, eyes like fire, cold as bear. He don't speak, but still you know when he calls, it's time to go. The raven calls. The raven calls. The raven knows your name.
a song called The Black Wing Cuts the Frozen Air. In a lot of ways, the raven is, in a lot of different cultures, is a spiritual. In some ways, it does have a connection with death. So the raven is recognized in many, many different cultures in Canada. So upcoming next, I have a song called I Was Born in the North. There's another title on that song. It's called Run. And this is something about when I was younger, my mother used to tell me to tie my shoelaces because you never know when you're going to be running into a polar bear and you do not want to trip. But here's the song. I was born in the North. Run.
I was born in the north where the wind cuts deep, where the ice don't crack and the snow runs steep. 8 of us kids, yeah, we learn real fast. When the bears come walking, you don't come last. Mama said tie your laces, B.A.B. and don't trip, don't fall. Run, 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 don't look back. Polar bears coming right on track. If you stop, if you freeze, say goodbye. That bear don't care if you scream or cry. Grandpa Phil and Jockville playing checkers slow. Said bear just peeked and thought you should know. I laughed, took a sip, thought he told a tale. Then I saw the nose, man, I went pale. Mama said tie your laces, B.A.B. and don't trip, don't fall. Run, 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 run. If you see that bear, better what, don't draw. Woo! Run, 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 no look back. Polar bears coming right on track. If you stop, if you freeze, say goodbye. That bear don't care if you scream or cry. One day in November, out by the school, a bear stood tall, yeah, he looked real cool. My buddy dropped down like they taught in class. That bear sniffed once, then kicked his ass. Run, don't look back. Polar bears coming right on track. If you stop, if you freeze, say goodbye. That bear don't care if you scream or cry.
For the people that are just joining us now, my name is Dwight Allen, and I am your podcast host for the next hour here. I have a total of 55 songs that I wrote, and I am sitting here today and telling you about what inspired me to write these songs. So, welcome to my podcast. The next song is coming up here is called I Woke Up This Morning. This is a mellow, laid-back song that I wrote, not really because I had the blues, but it's long winters and it's 60 years of seeing polar bears within a community. And that's primarily what the song's about, just bears within our community. So up next, it's called I Woke Up This Morning.
I woke up this morning, I seen a big polar bear walking down the street. I said, ho, 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 ho. He's the king of the Arctic, we live in his domain. Ho, 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 ho. What's going on? What's going on? Polar bear walked like he owned the place. No worry, no care. He's a polar bear. Oh. He's a polar bear. He's a polar bear. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 We live in his domain. Ho, 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 ho. So the town of Churchill has to be aware. That's why we created 675 Bear. We dialed that, and the resource come to move him on. What's going on? What's going on? Ho, 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 ho. It's the taller bear does not run like hell. You'll spend time in the polar bear jail. Don't run like hell. No jail, so run like hell. So run like hell. So run like hell. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh, 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 ooh. I woke up this morning and I look out my window. Seen a big polar bear walking down the street. I said, he's the king of the Arctic. We live in his domain. It's not the same, he can't be blamed. It's his domain. Ho, 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 ho. Hey, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Whoa.
A song called I Woke Up This Morning. What a mellow song. It is good to hear a relaxing song like that. But yes, there's been so many times that I've seen bears just looking out my window, well, walking down the street in Churchill. It's a very unique town there. Anyways, the next song is called I'm in Love with My Snowmobile. And, when you're in the north, a snowmobile is a definite asset. Gets you out of the house in the winters that are long, and it gets you to see the countryside. So, respectfully so, I wrote a song. I'm in love with my snowmobile.
The wind is howling and the town's shut down, but I ain't sitting around, just moping around. There's a beast in the shed with the heart of steel. She's cold, start ready, and she's got that feel. She don't need no road, just a drift and a spark. Rips through the tundra like a wolf in the dark. Ooh. I'm in love with my snowmobile. She's got a four-stroke heart and a ride so real. I trade the couch, the truck, the bar for the sound of her engine beneath the stars. I'm in love, yeah. I'm in love with my snowmobile. Ooh. My buddies laugh when I miss a day, but I got ice trails and a northern fate. Give me that throttle, that powder spray, and I'll ride all night till break of day. She don't talk back, but she sure does scream. Takes me further than a midnight dream. I'm in love with my snowmobile. She don't ask for much, just a tank to fill. She's my free ride, my frozen queen. We tend to light like a movie scene. Yeah, I'm in love, so in love with my snowmobile. Oh, she hums like thunder on the northern plain. Loves my blues in a hurricane. No, never seats, just fun floss. But on this machine, I've never been lost. But it's how I feel through the storm, the cold, the silence deep. She's the only ride I'll ever keep. Yeah, I'll be loved, completely in love with my snowmobile. you. Just know the road.
That was a song called I Am in Love with My Snowmobile. Next song coming up here is a song called Muktuk Annie. And this song inspired me to write because my brother-in-law really loved Stomping Tom Connors, and he was listening to it with a smile. And so I decided to rewrite the song and put his name in there and send it to him and see what he has with the response. And he absolutely loved it. But here's a song called Muktuk Annie, and it's I'm teasing my brother-in-law here a bit about this song. But here we go.
Oh, it's a long, long way to Frobisher Bay.
Let me tell you a tale about Muktuk Annie. From Frobisher Bay, where the nights ain't sunny, she went down south to get some schooling done. With a see-through blouse and a grin full of fun, she had a sealskin knee and some style to spare. Young black hair and reindeer underwear. She tipped the scale at 216, but she moved like a jukebox dancing queen. Oh, it's a long, long way to Frobisher Bay, where the wind blows cold and the outlaws play. But Annie went south with her mind made up, not to cook or clean, just to shake things up. In a Montreal class, she was sitting there with a grin so wide, it's that wild black hair. Teacher said, I got forms in triplicate. You'll need training to run a D8 cat. But Annie said, I don't want to learn to sew or bake or dust or drive in snow. All I want's to dance on Malcolm's lap. He's the moonshine man and I love that sap. Oh, she don't need books or a fancy hat, just a jig and a jug and a moonshine vat. Teach me to dance before I get too fat. I'll spin around until this heart goes flat. Now Annie was sly and she had a plan. She said, I'll dance around him like a ceiling fan. And you must see a little rise in his pants and his look in his eyes. Oh, that rise, that's when I'll know he's been hypnotized. She stopped and she twirled in her sealskin boots, made poor Malcolm drop all his maple roots. Now they're back up north in a little worn shack with a moose hide rug and a homemade track. Oh, it's a long, long way to Frobisher Bay, but love and Muktuk still find their way through Montreal nights to the Arctic skies. And he danced her way to a man's demise. Tagline spoken, and that's how Muktuk Annie put a moonshine man in a chokehold of love. Yes, sir. A long, long way from Frobisher. Oh, it's a long, long way to Frobisher Bay. All I lost to dance on Malcolm's lap. Yeah, on Malcolm's lap. Yeah, on Malcolm's lap. No D8 cat, no D8 cat. He's the moonshine man and I love that sap. It's a long, long way to Frobisher Bay.
Annie. Well, that's teasing my brother-in-law a little bit, But the upcoming song we have is We Know Which Way to Go, but it's written in a different way, and I thought it was cool too as well. It explains how we navigate in the north, so stay tuned. We know which way to go.
The snow falls down, no signs, no lights, but the stars still burn on the coldest nights. We don't need maps, we don't need roads, just the drift lines where the old wind blows. A willow bends, a rock half shown, tells us everything we've ever known. Soft building, you feel lost in the white and blue, but out here the drift speaks true. Huge, unforgettable, even when the sky don't show. The snow, the stars, the stories told. We ride like the fire never goes cold, from the wind-carved land and the frozen flow. We know what way to go. Big Dipper swings in the northern sky. We point one star up and we'll ride. The wind may howl, but it won't deceive. When the snow drifts talk, we believe 2 months rough and would break the chains. Wide open ones through the icebound plain. No covers buzzing, no towers high, just a gut-born feel and a starry sky. We ride like the fire never goes cold, from the wind-carved land and the frozen flow. We know what way to go.
Ooh, acoustic synth with slow chant. One drift wide, one drift thin, marks the way the wind blew in. One star high, one star still, takes us home across the hill.
For the people who are just joining us here today, my name is Dwight Allen, and I am your podcast host. This is podcast number 5. The next song coming up here is a song called Ajikuni Lake, and it's based off an alien abduction that happened in the 1930s. Joe LaBelle was a trapper that was trapping out in that area, and he was always going to this Inuit village at the end of the trap line at least once a week. And he showed up one day and all the people were gone, but everything was there. Dogs were there too as well, as if they just left, but he couldn't find any trace of the people anywhere. So there's the song. It's called Ajikuni Lake.
with the maid's name. Joe LaBelle rode the wild dog team and played. He trapped by the shores where the cold winds bite. On the long frozen stretch of Cooney Lake, at the farthest end stood an Inu town with warm hearts and tea when Joe came around. This is a story that needs to be told, but they're gone, they're gone. No tracks in the snow, no fire, no footprints, no place left to go. He searched through the breeze and the pale Arctic night, blinded by the light, blinded by the light, swallowed by light. He rode to the Mounties with fear in his eyes. They searched high and low beneath northern skies. And late one night, strange lights did appear. A silent machine joined slowly near. Blinded by the light, blinded by the light. No sound, no smoke, just a radiant glow. A sight like no other they'd ever known. Now they believe what they saw was true. Blinded by the light. And taken two. They're gone, they're gone. Blinded by the light, just vanished like legends the darkness still holds. Cooney Lake, so silent, so bold. This is a story that needs to be told. They were blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. Something is not right. From Nepal he came with a matey's name. Joe LaBelle rode the wild dog team and blade. He trapped by the shores where the cold winds bite. On the long frozen stretch of Cooney Lake, at the farthest end stood an Inuit town with warm hearts and tea when Joe came around. This is a story that needs to be told, but they're gone, no tracks in the snow. No fire, no footprints, no place left to go. He searched through the breeze in a pale Arctic night, blinded by the light, blinded by the light, swallowed by light. He rode to the mountains with fear in his eyes. They searched high and low beneath northern skies. The late one night, strange lights did appear. A silent machine drawing slowly near, blinded by the light. No sound, no smoke, just a radiant glow. Sight like no other they'd ever known. Now they believed what they saw was true. Blinded by the light. And taken two, they're gone, they're gone. Blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. Just vanished like legends the darkness still holds. Cooney Lake, so silent, so bold. This is a story that needs to be told. They were blinded by the light, blinded by the light. Something is not right.
That was a song called Cooney Lake. When I first heard about this disappearance of these people, I was traveling up in the Canadian Arctic, and I had stopped off in a place called Rankin Inlet. But in Rankin Inlet Airport, there was a map of all the points of interest. And on that map, I seen this little pin that was on Cooney Lake, and it indicated on that map that disappearance of a village at Cooney Lake, and there was no explanation as to where the people went, and they believe that it was an alien abduction. So there you go. It was interesting to know that. So I said, yeah, I'm going to write a song about that. That's pretty cool. For the people that are joining us now, my name is Dwight Allen, and you are listening to my podcast. We are at the end of our podcast now, podcast number 5. And, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, and thank you for tuning into my podcast. Cooney Lake is based on a true story. I want to produce this movie, If there's anybody that's out there that's willing to help me invest into the movie, I would muchly appreciate it. You can contact me by email, dwightallennorth58 at gmail.com. Thank you so much.